Why has India fallen behind China in economic growth over the last 4 decades? As we ponder over this intriguing question, it's essential to delve into the economic history of these two Asian giants. In the 80s, India and China were on relatively equal economic footing. However, the Chinese economy took a sharp turn upwards when it embarked on a series of economic reforms in 1978. These reforms, characterized by a shift from a centrally planned economy to a more market-oriented one, accelerated industrial growth and increased foreign investments. On the other hand, India's economy during the 80s was characterized by a mixed economy, with government control over key sectors, which led to a slower pace of economic growth. Moving into the 90s, China's economic growth continued to skyrocket. It was a period of rapid growth and development, with the economy growing at an average of 10% per year. This was mainly due to China's low-cost labor advantage and exponential growth in exports. Meanwhile, India too started to liberalize its economy in 1991, following a balance of payments crisis. However, the growth was less explosive compared to China due to the slower pace of reforms and less emphasis on export-oriented growth. In the first decade of the new millennium, China continued its economic dominance, becoming the world's largest exporter in 2009. Its manufacturing-led growth model, combined with massive infrastructural development and urbanization, fueled its economic growth. Meanwhile, India's growth during the same period was driven by the services sector, particularly IT and software services. However, the growth remained slower compared to China due to challenges like inadequate infrastructure and regulatory bottlenecks. In the most recent decade, China has transitioned towards a more consumption-driven growth model, with a growing middle class driving demand for goods and services. On the contrary, India's economy has faced multiple challenges, including a slowdown in investment, policy uncertainty, and more recently, the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. In summary, China's rapid economic growth over the past 4 decades can largely be attributed to its early economic reforms, manufacturing-led growth model, and massive infrastructural development. On the other hand, India's slower economic growth can be linked to its slower pace of reforms, regulatory challenges, and a less export-oriented growth model. While both countries have made significant strides, the gap in economic growth underscores the importance of policy choices, economic models, and structural factors in determining a country's economic trajectory.